only 4 layers for now, and then they're all named. Yeah, super important that they're all named. And then I'm going to go into After Effects. So I'm in After Effects, make a new comp, click on this little icon, name it main comp, change this to 4K 3840 by 2160, 3840, 2160, 24 frames per second, and say 24 frames times is about what, 7 frames, 168 frames. Hit OK. I'm gonna just turn off the transparency, double click in here, alright, and this is a file, Master Chief and Halo having picnic for After Effects. I don't need this, I don't need that, leave those unchecked, hit import. So we have here composition, retain layer style, layer sizes, merge layer styles into footage, merge layer style renders faster enough. Yeah, retain layer sizes. I don't need editable because there's no any extra stuff done to it within Photoshop. Because it says here editable layer styles matches the Photoshop appearance. We don't have any special stuff going on, so I'm just going to merge layer styles into footage. And what happens is that we have 2 new things. This folder contains all the assets. This here, when I double click it, basically that Photoshop master file is equivalent to that, but now it has this, 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 and this. I also want to remind that this Photoshop file, image size, this is the one that's 150% enlarged on all border areas, so it's 5760 by 3240, right? So back in here, this is actually bigger than the actual 4K composition. Just wanted to mention that. Why is this so slow? What the hell's going on with my computer? Wow, this is not right. All right. Anyway, so I'm back in my main comp. This is the pre-comp that was made when I imported from the Photoshop file. So what I'm going to do is, in the Master Chief and Halo having picnic for After Effects, I'm going to click from the top to the bottom. I repeat, click from the top, hold shift, and then click down here. That way it grabs from the top to the bottom. That's the selection order. Control C, go back to my main comp, Control Shift B as in Victor, and then since everything is still selected, just gonna kind of place it like this. Window. Where's my align tool? Put the properties down here. Okay. So all I did was just align it. I'm using composition. Set it to composition instead of selection. There. So it's perfectly centered. As you can see, it's cropped really tight because of the fact that it's a massive size, 150% compared to 100%. So you can see the extra stuff. Then I'm gonna close this so it's not confusing. I'm gonna go and turn all of these into 3D layers. I'm just gonna click and drag. I don't have to go and click each one. All I gotta do is just click once, drag it down. It'll activate. Now they're all 3D layers. Right click in here, right click, new, camera. I'm gonna have it one node camera. I'm gonna turn on, make sure enable depth of field is on, hit OK. Then here, I'm gonna go, instead of one view, set it to 2, so you can kind of see. I'm gonna set this to fit. Oh, so set this right here is blue, 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 blue. Set it to fit. Grab this blue, 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 blue. This is active. Set this to fit. This one, hold Alt, left click and rotate around. Middle mouse to just kind of pan it a bit. Right now I'm holding Alt and middle mouse so that it will frame what I have here better. Right, again, that's Alt and middle mouse. Alt and middle mouse. Okay, good. So I'm kind of tilted it like this so you can kind of see what's happening. I'm going to do a save. I'm going to name it Master Chief in Halo Picnic WIP 01. Alright, so I have this, turned it into 3D layers. So one of the things is basically, okay, so also Alt and right mouse button will zoom in and out in terms of how much you see, versus the mouse scroll, which is jacks up and down the actual size of the thing, versus Alt and middle mouse. Oopsie, I gotta make sure I'm in here. Alt and right mouse will zoom in and out of here. Anyway, whatever, man. So do this, do that. And then okay, so backplate, no sky, that's what that is. I can press and hold the middle mouse scroll button to kind of pan it like this. And this view, make sure that it says here active camera instead of default active camera. This one is basically my custom view. This one, active camera. Then backplate, no sky. Right, backplate, no sky. Here's the gizmo for it. I'm gonna carefully hover over the blue arrow. See? And I'm gonna push this back like this much. I'm gonna grab my foreground foliage, my backplate, no sky. But before I grab that's backplate, no sky. This one is my blue sky and clouds plate. Hold the middle mouse, kind of do this a bit. Grab from that blue arrow, push it back. space. And then grab my foreground foliage. If I press a little white circle, you'll only see that. I'm going to turn on the transparency thing for this one. Click in here. I'm going to turn that on. Foreground foliage. I'm going to bring it forward, or I can, I'll push it back in space, like around here. Alright. Then conversely, I need to go back and grab my characters in picnic. I'm gonna kind of push this back in space so it kind of, careful, right around here-ish. I'm gonna grab my blue sky and clouds plate, push this back. See how it's clipping? So I can, typically what I can do is either press S for scale and just scale it bigger. So what I'm doing is I'm staggering them so that there's space, and space. See, this here to here to here. Characters in picnic. Maybe I'll bring it more forward or not. Something like that. I'm gonna grab my foreground foliage. Bring it forward. So I have my 1, 2, 3, 4 plates. Here's my character plate. I'm gonna grab my back plate, no sky. Maybe I'll push it back some more to get some more perspective. So you can see it cutting, see that? So maybe I only can go like this much. Just looking at the edges. I'm using my middle mouse to kind of pan around and look. Okay. Alright, characters in plate. I'm just rearranging things just so that I get an idea of staggered layers. Foreground foliage, maybe up to here. Alright, so as you can see, I have all the plates way back there. I have this one over here. I have him over here. I have foreground over here. Press Alt and right mouse button to kind of pan out a bit. Alt middle mouse to kind of center it. Alt left click to rotate and see. Alright, so I got multiple staggered layers going back in space. This one, set this to fit. Make sure it's blue. Grab my camera, and then perhaps, where should I start? I have my camera selected. I'm gonna grab the arrow, the blue arrow, so I'm gonna zoom in. You know what? Undo. I'm gonna set a keyframe at the very end. I'm gonna press P and put a time stopwatch, set a key at the very end. I'm gonna go back in space all the way back to the beginning. I'm gonna zoom in. So I'm kind of basically working backwards. Zoom in like how we discussed. Alt, left click and rotate. Alt, middle mouse to kind of pan. Alt, right mouse to kind of zoom in. I'm in here. Alt, left click, rotate. Alt, middle mouse to pan. All I'm doing is right now, again, I'm at the first keyframe for the camera. I'm gonna kind of chuck it over here. I'm just kind of staging something like that. It's a kind of nice, interesting alt and middle mouse. Something like that, maybe. Maybe I'll zoom in more. Maybe move the camera like this, just to tease the audience, like, what am I looking at? Why am I looking at a couple of hands and they're eating toasted bread? You have to be careful so you only grab the arrows. Middle mouse to kind of pan. I'm zoomed in really tight in this shot, but this shot is the real one. Because if I click here, active camera, click here carefully, active camera, blue. So something like this, maybe. Grab the camera from here, gizmos, so maybe I'll do something like that. Maybe zoom in. Maybe I'll freaking just move it like this. Maybe I'll zoom in some more. Maybe I'll zoom in like that. Seems so kind of congested. Maybe like that. Something like that, maybe. Alt, left, Alt and right mouse click and drag out a bit. Alt and pan. I'm gonna just use my mouse scroll to zoom out so I can see in my camera. So you can see the line right here. Starting from here, it goes back, go back to over here. So let's see, click here for active camera. Like, ooh, nasty, why is it doing that? Why are you doing that? What the? Why did it? What the hell moved? That shouldn't have moved. Something moved. Foreground foliage. What moved? Right there, there's that stupid crap happening.